Plug in my computer. 52%. Are we gonna live on the wild side? I think that we are. All right, everyone, welcome to today's video. I was not planning on filming today, but I got some new equipment for filming and I wanted to get it set up. And then after spending an hour setting it up, I thought, everything is set up and working, we might as well film a video. So welcome back, everyone, and thank you to everyone that has been here with me. When you like and you subscribe and you do all of those things, it really helps me. I enjoy doing this, so it helps me continue to do this and continue to buy equipment and things that make the quality of the videos, I hope, better. So thank you guys for being here and liking and subscribing and letting me have this educational opportunity with you. So enough of the mushy stuff. Actually not enough of the mushy stuff. I have been getting several requests for a food called Wholehearted. It's the Petco brand, and I have emailed them a bunch of times and they are not responding. And so what I think I'm going to do is go to the website and I will do some conversions using the guaranteed analysis on the package, which is not ideal, but a lot of you guys have asked this and the company's just not delivering and I can't make them deliver. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some conversions, and we're going to do the best that we can to evaluate this food and see if it's even worth our time harassing the company to give us the information we want. So Wholehearted is a Petco brand. It is their store brand, and so they have dry cat food, dry dog food, wet dog food, and wet cat food. We're already going to have to do a lot of conversions in order to do the do this review, and so I'm not going to pick the wet version. They also have a fresh and frozen version. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get into all the conversions. So we're just going to keep it simple today, and we'll do one dry dog food and one dry cat food because I've had several requests and I don't remember if they were for cat or dog or what. There wasn't a specific one asked of me other than to do the one with grains. And so I'm going to go ahead onto their website. You can follow along. We're going to use the Doctorate's Pet Food Scoring System, PSS system. You can use the scorecard. I like to use the scorecard. It keeps me focused. This is just a baseline introductory review, okay? It's not anything crazy. It's not anything to be stressed about. I don't want you guys to be stressed. I want you to enjoy this. I want you to have a basic understanding. If you are looking for a serious breakdown of the food with like molecular biology and all this crazy math and all that, that's not what we're here for today. We're just going to do a baseline approach. We're going to see if some of the basic things tick the boxes, and if they do, then yeah, we may get into things and we may have to call the company and we may have to hassle them further to get the information, but we're just going to start with some of the basics, and those are the things that I highlight on my PSS system that I developed honestly for you guys and for myself to keep myself focused and to help keep you guys focused and kind of get away from a lot of the marketing trends that are out there. And there's so many of them, it's gotten to the point where it's hard, and I know that it's hard, to tell what is marketing and what is true. And so I'm going to try to help you, my friends, out with this today. So head over to the website, Wholehearted, Petco Wholehearted. It's petco.com, and I'm going to pick one of the first ones that I see here. And actually the first one I see in the dog section is the Wholehearted All Life Stages Beef and Brown Rice Recipe. I'm going to skip over that one. The reason why I'm going to do that is I want to set these foods up for success. I actually want to find good options for you. And this being all life stages, I already know it's going to lose a point for that. So I'm going to skip over that one. And I'm going to go to the next one, which is the Wholehearted Whole Grains with Pork, Beef, and Lamb Dry Dog Food. And so here we have the bag, typical marketing stuff on the bag. You've got, the picture of the beautiful fresh ingredients. I honestly doubt that the ingredients that go into this food look like that, like the grilled steak marks and things like that. That's all marketing. Yes, it looks nice and pretty, but we need to keep in reality, what kind of food is actually going into pet food. And it's not going to be, grilled filet mignon and steak. Now, there's going to be beef in the ingredient list, but it's not going to specifically say filet mignon or choice sirloin. That's just, it's what they want you to think. That's why they put that on the package. But in reality, we know that that's not what's going in there. So again, pulling out the marketing, that's that there. This term right here, it says with pork, beef, and lamb. That term with actually is a designator, and it should be something that should jump out to you as a key word that has some meaning behind how much of the pork, beef, and chicken is actually in this food. So I'm going to flash that up on the screen as well. It says it's for all breeds, which is fine. There is no specific legal definition for a food for a breed. So when you see the breed specific foods, there's nothing holding them to that. That's just kind of their creativity that they're doing. And so this is for all breeds. That's fine. In my opinion, all food is for all breeds. And then it does say it's specifically for adults. So that's important when we get to the life stage portion. I cannot read what this little snippet is here, but it looks like we have a senior dog, and a lovely lady there, obviously, really enamored by her dog, and you can see the bond that they have, and so that's wonderful. It says it's thoughtfully crafted for maximum benefits. And that's what we have on the front. On the back, again, all of this is marketing. All of this, the entire back of the package is nothing, honestly, of substance. You do have your ingredients list here, but this ingredient list, it's not something that I'm going to spend a lot of time going into with you guys. I would get into an ingredient list if all the other boxes are checked. The reason why we don't get into the ingredient list is because this is heavily manipulated. They know, and when I say they, the pet food marketing firms that are hired, they know that they have taught you that you want to look for the first XYZ ingredients, and there's different ones. I've heard 3, I've heard 5, I've heard 7, I've heard anything before the salt, I've heard all kinds of things. And the reality is the ingredient list is listed on volume, and they can listed on weight, not volume. So in our heads, what we're thinking is, okay, if it's in the front, that means it's the most in there, and we're thinking volume. So we're thinking, okay, if we have a glass and this glass is breaking up into, a bunch of different pieces, if it's at the top of the list, that's going to fill more of the glass. That's not true. It is the heaviest ingredient. So let's say we have a glass over here, and in this glass we're filling it with feathers. Feathers don't weigh very much. We can fill the entire glass with feathers, the entire volume of the glass with feathers. And then in this glass over here, we have something heavy like a lead fishing weight. And that lead fishing weight, even though it only takes a very small portion of that glass, not the full glass, it's going to be on the front of the ingredient list. And so they're messing with our minds a lot of times, saying, okay, it's more. No, it's the heavier, and that includes water weight. For the meats, it may include the bone that's going to be taken off, especially if it doesn't say deboned. It's going to maybe include hooves and feathers and all kinds of other things that you aren't expecting, and it's going to shoot it to the front of the ingredient list. They can do things like split the ingredients, and let's see if this one has anything that's split here. I don't see anything on this specific ingredient list that's ingredient splitting, but they'll do that too. They'll break ingredients down into their smaller components so that they can go down lower on the list, and then those things that you want to see are higher up on the list, or the things they've conditioned you to see. So that was a really long explanation as to why we're not going to use the ingredient list. The only thing we're going to look for is it grain-free or is it raw, because those aren't for the general population. Grain-free and raw diets may be appropriate for your specific pet, but that is a discussion to have with your veterinarian. It is not a discussion for me to have trying to teach the general populace how to interpret food labels. So they're going to get 2 points here because it's not grain-free and it's not raw. And that is all there is on the back of this package that is of any substance. Everything else is just useless, in my opinion, marketing. Where you have to find the important bits is probably on the side panels, which they don't even show the complete side panels, but they do show some snippets of them. So this is that ingredient list again. We already talked about that. And then we have the guaranteed analysis. Normally, and then we've also got, the feeding guide. Yeah, we're going to need that. Normally, I will call the company and I will not use the guaranteed analysis because this is minimums and maximums. It doesn't always have to list everything that we need. We want the fat, the protein, the fiber, the calcium, and the phosphorus. Those are just baselines. Obviously, there are other things that are important as well. But, these are just the baselines. They did throw the vitamin E on there. I do have some numbers for vitamin E I can share with you as well. But as far as the point system goes, we use those 5 parameters just to keep it simple. but they're minimums and maximums, so they're not absolutes. There's a lot of wiggle room that can happen there. And so I usually like to call the company and ask for the typical analysis, not minimums and maximums, but like absolutes. But Petco and Wholehearted, they couldn't deliver. I can't even tell you how many times I've tried to email them and call them and all that stuff, and it's just not possible. I could do this little chat now thing, I guess. Maybe we can try that. We're really pushing this 5-hour battery thing here. Oh, yay, my virtual assistant. Oh goodness, let's see how long this is gonna take. I do apologize again for this like blazing sun that's coming in here. I hope that that's not too bad. I don't usually film this late in the day, and I don't have any window coverings here. But it is actually blinding my right eye. I'm number 5 in line. Okay, we better do the conversions because we don't have time for 5 in line. Okay, so I'm gonna do the conversions for you. They're very simple to do. They're not difficult to do, but they do take some time, and I do have a video dedicated on that. So in the name of progress, if you wanna learn how to do these conversions, just go ahead and check out that video, and I will link it. It'll pop up here somewhere, and you guys can check that out. But otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for us really quick. So calcium, phosphorus, protein, fiber, and fat. Oh, wait, yay, I'll be helping you. Please type in the questions so I can get started. Oh, maybe we won't have to do it. Do you have the dry matter basis? We're just gonna keep going while we wait for that. I don't think that they're gonna help me at the source. See, I'm getting more dodgy. I'm getting more dodgy. I don't even know why I wasted our time with that. 0.78. I mean, these numbers are looking really good. So I'm hoping it's gonna be a good one. So let's pull up our statistics. So here we've got the guaranteed analysis that they have provided, and then I'm gonna pop up the numbers that I just calculated, and then we're gonna rate, for infinity for Petco to get back to us most likely. So let's pull up our video little helpful tools. These charts come from Small Animal Clinical Nutrition. It's textbook. It's linked down below. Why do I use that textbook? Because it's available and published, and it's available to you guys for free, and the link's in the description box. And so I use that because I'm not going to give you guys information and then not be able to back it up, and I want that information to be available to you. I don't want to say, well, it's in a journal that I have that you don't have access to. So I use that textbook because it's available and it's widely accepted. So I think it's a good reference for all of you guys to check out. Okay, we are still waiting for our chat response, but we're going to continue. Protein should be between 15 and 30. They're listing it as a minimum of 24, but when we convert it, it's 27, which is still going to be fine. The fat at 14 converts to 15.7, and so we want our fat for the adult between 10 and 20, so that's going to be fine. Fiber needs to be less than 5. It converted to 3.9, so we're okay there. And then the calcium and the phosphorus, which these are the big ones. The calcium needs to be between 0.5 and 1. And the phosphorus between 0.4 and 0.8, and our calcium is coming in when converted to 0.89. He says he does understand, but he's still not provided the information, which is going to be ever so slightly elevated. I am not going to give them the point, and this is why. This is a minimum. They could not provide the actual numbers. So 0.89 actually is pretty good, and if they could substantiate that, I would actually be pretty happy with this, but they can't, and so I'm a little bit skeptical on that. The phosphorus needed to be 0.8, and that is fine. The phosphorus was also listed as a minimum, and so I'm going to let you guys be the judge on this. Do you want to give them the points for the calcium and the phosphorus or not? Mean, angry Dr. Ray, that has been hounding them for a very long time and is actually currently hounding them through the chat, would say, you don't get any points because you don't have the information. So you either hiding it or you don't know it. So Mean Dr. A would not give them a point for that. Mean Dr. A would only give them 3 points. But Nice Dr. A, which says, well, the information's there, and the people that are customer service, they don't always know what the deal is. We would give them maybe 4 points. And so this is another helpful thing, another thing that to take away from this experience is be careful when you go into PetSmart or one of those places and you take nutritional advice from the person that's working there. They don't have all the information either. They may have gone through training courses, but the reality is they probably have not. They've probably been told by the store manager, look, we need to sell this food, recommend this food. Or they think they're making a good recommendation, but they really don't understand and they really don't know. Because as you can see here, this customer service person, when I asked for the information on a dry matter basis, like, well, maybe you can just ask them in the store. There's no way that they would know in the store. This is something that needs to come from them, at a higher level. So he probably, this person probably doesn't even know what that means. And so be very careful when taking advice. Not that these people aren't well-intentioned. I'm sure they have great intentions. It's just that they don't have the proper training. And sometimes it's more dangerous to not know what you don't know than to have all the knowledge, available to you. And so I think that that's an important takeaway as well. So mean Dr. A is going to give them 3, moderately nice Dr. A is going to give them a 4 on the guaranteed analysis. So that's going to bring, with the 2 points for the ingredient list, it's going to bring it either up to a 5 or a 6, depending on what camp you are in and what mood you are in today. All right. I'm going to close the chat because, I'll just leave it open. It's not bogging the internet down too bad. We're going to leave it open. Let's find the AFCO statement. I did see it. 2 points for the AFCO statement, and it's right here, nicely positioned by the feeding guide, which is going to be the next thing. Wholehearted with pork, beef, lamb, and adult is formulated, so they lose a point there because we would have liked to have it feeding trial to meet the nutritional levels established by AFCO for maintenance. And when it's for maintenance, I've asked them, that means that it is for adults. So they're going to get 1 point there. And so far, pretty decent food. They're going to get another point if the feeding guide is correct. So they have this nicely positioned right here, and I really do like this, that everything is that we need is here. And that was my goal with making the PSs, is stuff that's easily and readily available. You can do these conversions, and so it's not ideal, but you can do them. So that was my goal with creating this. And so 20-pound dog is saying it needs 1.5 cups per day at 370 kcals. 370 kcals. Let's see. 1.5. So that's saying that they need 558 calories per day. Now, how do we know if that's correct or not? We need to understand resting energy requirement and how to calculate that. And I have a video for that. So you can check out that video. If you have not watched the resting energy requirement video and you fancy this channel, I do think that you should read that and educate yourself on it, because we do use the resting energy requirement literally every video. And so we know, after calculating it however many trillion times, that the resting energy requirement for a 20-pound dog, if you do not use the multipliers, is 360, something like that. And so when you use the multiplier, that's 1.6, which that is, normally you would take the resting energy requirement and you would use this multiplier, but a lot of dogs are obese, so I tend not to use the resting energy requirement multiplier because then they tend to be more obese. So I shear towards doing the 363, but technically they can go up to 585, and this is going to be correct for that. So they're going to get a point there. So mean Dr. A would give them 7 points, which is still a solid score, and nice Dr. A would give them 8 points for the dog. So I'm very happy about that. I am very happy. No, the agent ended our chat. So, okay, they're done with me. They ended the chat. Got dodged again on that one. Let's look for the cat, because what happens is after I score these, I put them in the playlist. And I put them in playlists based on their rankings. And so this is a good one. It's going to go in the dog food greater than 7 or greater. And then I want to give you guys, hopefully, maybe the cat is also going to be good, because I'd love to give you guys a good cat option as well. I like it when these things work out. I really do. It makes me happy to give you guys good options so you don't feel defeated, because I know a lot of you guys feel defeated in your pet food journey, and I don't want that for you. Let's see here. Easy digestion. How are we doing on battery? Ooh, we got 42 minutes left. I think we can do it. We're gonna go with a regular Wholehearted cat diet. Now, it had a star, an asterisk, by the Grain-free, manufactured in a facility. Okay, there you go. So it's manufactured in a facility that processes grains, and trace amount of grains may be present. This is another, not necessarily particularly relating to this food, but another thing to keep in mind when you're evaluating pet food. And you think you're picking a food because your pet has an allergy, or you think you're picking a food to do a food trial. Food trial diets, real food trial diets, are made in a facility where there is no contamination. Every other diet that is not a prescription food trial diet, there is risk and likely will be contamination and make it ineligible as far as veterinary dermatologists go for a food trial. And so these guys are actually being pretty darn good in putting the asterisk and showing that to you guys so that you don't get confused and think that this is appropriate for the food trial. This food is processed with grains, and so not that animals really have allergies to grains, that's a total fallacy, and you can check out that video as well. But, you know, keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. It is all life stages, and that's a boo. I wanted to pick one that wasn't all life stages because I wanted to get the maximum points. But, you know, we're going to see where the cat stacks up. In the front, that's pretty much, you know, the rest of it's all marketing. So we're not going to worry about too much more on the front. I assume the back is the same as for the dog. Not too much substance there, and we are going to speed through all the other parts to get to what we really want. We did already kind of go through the ingredient list and you know, look through that, and it is grain free, so that's going to be but it's not raw, so it's going to be 1 point with a plus or minus 1 point depending on what camp you're in. I hate that I'm doing that in all these videos now, but I need the cardiologist. Maybe I will call my local cardiologist and see what their feeling is with the cats. I need more information and clarification on that I'm not getting. But I don't think they want to give it because they don't know, and so they're being wishy-washy. But I think I might shoot them an email this week and just be like, any new information on that? And hopefully they'll get back to me. Let's go here to the guaranteed analysis. So we know we're not going to get the information that we need. We need to do these quick conversions, and we better do them really quick because, as we know, the battery is fleeting. So I'm just going to do those really quick for you. We need to find that moisture content first, which is 10%. Oh, dang it, and they're not listening. They're not listing the calcium and phosphorus on the cat. So I'm not going to be able to give them points for that. That is so annoying. Why do they list it on the dog and not on the cat? They do not list it on any of these. Oh my gosh. We're going back in the queue. We're just not going to get the points. If it's that hard to get the information, they're just not going to get the points. They're just not going to get the points. Not going to get the points. I'm up next. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to say I can't recommend. I can't even recommend this cat food. They don't show the AFCO statement. I'm gonna try. What is this? Oh my gosh! I have to get the puzzle. Oh my god! You have to be kidding me. I have astigmatism. I can't. Oh. All right. I'm resorting to desperate measures, and I'm going to AI to try to find out if this information is available anywhere to us. Anywhere. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, even the AI cannot find it. Okay, so contact Petco directly. Reaching out to the customer would be the most direct way. Okay, I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to do that in a minute because I want to know this information now, and I am invested at this point. I am invested for you. It should, for me, if I was considering this food, I'd be out. I will tell you, I would be out at this point because it's just too difficult. It is too difficult. It doesn't have to be this difficult. And so for ease of purposes, I'm going to say no on the calcium and no on the phosphorus because it's not listed. So far they're only up to 3 points. They get plus 1 point for not being grain-free, and so that's 4 points. And then we need the AFCO statement. We're gonna ask them for that as well, AI for that as well. I know it's gonna be formulated, so I know they're not gonna get any points here. Oh wow, the AI is apologizing for the earlier misinformation. While the Wholehearted grain food claims to be complete and it is not actually certified by the AFCO. What? The Wholehearted grain-free salmon formula does not have an AFCO statement on its packaging? What? Okay, all right. We got a call. This is craziness. This is craziness. Can I do it? Can I do this? Let's see. So I'm streaming internet from my phone to my laptop, and now I'm gonna call. Oh boy, I'm gonna put it on speaker.
We're sorry. The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
Oh my gosh. You have to be kidding me.
Please hold while we connect you to the next available agent. All of our calls are recorded for quality assurance and training purposes. We are currently experiencing high call volume.
Bet you are.
We apologize for the wait and thank you for your patience.
Thank you for calling Petco. You're speaking with Felicia. How may I assist you today?
Hey Felicia, I wanted to see, I was trying to find some information on one of your cat foods on the website and I couldn't find it, and then I was doing a chat and the chat said that I should call.
Alright, no problem. We're happy to assist. Do you have, you have an account?
I don't have an account, I'm just calling for information about the cat food.
Okay, and what food is this?
I just wanted some information on the it's the dry this Wholehearted grain-free cat salmon recipe.
Alright, so I've located the one Wholehearted grain-free all life stages salmon and pea recipe, right?
Yes.
What is it that you...
I just was looking on the package and I couldn't find anywhere on the package the calcium and the phosphorus levels, and I couldn't find the AFCO statement.
The what statement? See that one?
The AFCO, the feeding substantiability statement. Usually.
Okay. Alright, so let me see here. So as it relates to the, you said sodium level?
Nope, the calcium and the phosphorus.
Calcium and the phosphorus,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Alright, so I'm not seeing those. I'm seeing crude protein, crude fat, crude fiber, moisture and zinc, selenium, vitamin A, vitamin E, omega.
That's what's on the package, but you didn't list the calcium and phosphorus, which is like usually on the package.
Yeah, I'm not seeing those. Let me go to ingredients and guarantee analyst. Oh, it's the same thing. So I'm not seeing the phosphorus and the calcium
On there. And you can't find that like feeding, you can't find the feeding adequacy statement anywhere on there?
Feeding, like how much to give?
No, it's that AFCO statement, the adequacy statement. Usually it says on there if the food is AFCO certified or not.
I'm not seeing that.
Okay, that's really weird. Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Is there anything else?
Nope, that was it for today. Okay. Well, that was... All right, so the chat is still going. So we're gonna wait and see. But I'm gonna say, I could add up the points and say that it's 0 on the AFCO statement and 0 on the calcium and phosphorus. So maybe this food gets a 3 or a 4 for the cat. There's a lot of questions on the cat. I guess I could go down to Petco and pick up this bag. It's not going to have the calcium and phosphorus on there, so I just don't think we're going to get that information. The AFCO statement, I would be really, really, really surprised if this food did not was not AFCO certified. I would just be shocked. If it is not, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know. There's no way that you could feed this food. I mean, I guess you could, but there'd be no way that I would feel comfortable recommending it. I'm gonna just try. I'm just gonna Google it. I mean, this is the last, other than going to the store, which the nearest Petco to me is probably like a 45-minute drive, so I just really don't want to do that. If you feed this food, please take a picture of the package and email it to me, because let's go on Amazon. You can buy it at Lowe's. Does Lowe's have the information that we need? Shop Exchange, Instacart, images. Just show me the bag. Show me all the sides of the bag and I will help you out, Petco. All right, this is already too much. So I'm giving the cat a fail. I'm giving a fail. It's like when you go to school and you get an incomplete, yeah, so the chat, same nonsense with the chat. So I'm gonna wrap this up because this has been both frustrating and enlightening at the same time. The Wholehearted dog recipe, the beef, lamb, and pork one, great choice. Seems like an excellent choice. It ranked depending on if you're going to give them a point for that calcium and phosphorus, because the minimum and maximum situation, it's going to be a 7, a solid 7. But the cat is just a total mystery and things are too hard, and the cat's a disaster. So I would probably just keep on walking. I would walk on by the cat, and then the dog, that would be potentially something, to consider. It may be a great option. And so if you have the package for the cat by chance, or if you have a Petco handy to you that is not, like for me, a 45-minute one-way, 45-minute back drive, snap some pictures of that package for me and send it my way, and maybe I can update this. But just due to the sheer frustration, I'm just giving it an incomplete. I am. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the new lighting and the new microphone setup, and that the video quality, will be good for you guys. And we will hang out again real soon. We will evaluate more pet foods. Hopefully not such a train wreck as this one, but you never know what you're gonna get. These are first impressions. I don't prejudge these foods. So we will hang out again real soon, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.